Welcome to Live with Aaron Kelly. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And I'm Kelly V. Dolan.
And we want to thank the next guest that's going to be on our show right now because she was on our show last year when she won the Biggest Loser finale, and now she's here again. Danni Allen, welcome to the show.
Woo! Thank you guys for having me again, and thanks for the shout out and the tweet.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, Danni, you are in Los Angeles right now getting ready to pass on your crown. How do you feel about that?
You know, it's definitely bittersweet. I'm really excited for the next winner. They've all done absolutely amazing. I can't wait to find out who it is. And, you know, it's also a little bit like, you know, I've got happy tears running down my cheek a little bit because I'm like, oh, man, my year is up, and I'm giving my little bit of a wave. But it has been one exciting year, and you know what? I'm going to continue. So it's been really exciting.
You know, tell us about that year, because those that are already following you on Twitter and Instagram, they kind of already see your journey. But, you know, for those that haven't, what's been the highlights of this year since last?
You know what, there are so many things to look at that I'm not even sure I have one, but, you know, I did run my very first marathon in Chicago, and running across that finish line was just an amazing experience and feeling. And then, you know, now I've opened up my very own yoga studio, and to be a part of that and be a part of my community and add to the fitness and wellness community has been a gift in itself.
Very cool. Danni, now why did you choose yoga out of all, you know, the things that you could have opened?
You know, it came down to when I was working out with Jillian, and if you remember the show at all, I was the incredible muscle-gaining woman. I could not stop gaining muscle, and she had me really working on body weight training, and that's what kind of changed my body. Body weight training and that's what yoga is. It's learning to manipulate your own body and really trust it in itself, and you don't need any crazy weights. You don't need anything else. And then with yoga, not only do you get physical wellness, but I do think there's a huge mental wellness that you get out of it, and it's just really all-encompassing, the best workout for you overall, and that's what I wanted to bring back to my community.
I just want to go real quick because you've worked with Marcus Lemonis. We've had him on our show last year as well. What was that like working with Marcus? He's a very smart man.
Marcus Lemonis is an incredible businessman, an incredible person, and he loves to dive into the health and wellness industry. Like, he is all about it in every which way, from, you know, the nutrition to the fitness to just the mental health, like I've been talking about. And he's an amazing person to work with. He really knows his stuff, and he is a great business person, and he's been, you know, a great person to team up with and guide me along this way.
That's awesome. Now, we have some questions on Facebook, one of which, this is an interesting question from Diana Martinez. Her question is, how different does the world now treat the skinny you? And I'd like to add, though, my question to that, how do you treat the skinny you? Do you see yourself treating yourself differently?
You know, I definitely see myself differently overall, but it's hard when you were a certain, you know, size your entire life, and to go to a quick change in just 6 months is really, you know, a whole new lifestyle and a whole new appreciation for the things that you have in front of you. And, you know, I just am shocked every time I look in the mirror, and I just kind of pinch myself. I'm like, that's really me. And whether it's, you know, half makeups or no makeups at all, I feel so incredible all the time. And, you know, people do treat me a little bit differently, and if anything, it's just the way I interpret the way people treat me. I'm not always thinking they're judging me. I'm not always thinking, oh, they're thinking the fat girl's walking by, because I realize I made fun of myself sometimes before I let anyone else do that before, and it's incredible the outlook on life that I have now.
That's really interesting. And, you know, I went on Twitter recently, and I saw that you were in Los Angeles, and you had went to Gratitude.
Yes.
And now, how are you dealing with living back in Chicago, where maybe some of the food options aren't available to you like they are in Los Angeles? I know.
And Gratitude is?
Gratitude is a cafe in Los Angeles. I mean, it's super healthy. It's amazing. Like, you've never been, Aaron?
No, I haven't.
Oh, God, it's one of my favorite places.
I have not had the opportunity to be Gratitude.
I love it. So what are the challenges? Because we talked a little bit about, you know, staying in shape physically, but obviously diet is a part of it as well. What have you been doing to keep up with that?
You know what? It is difficult, and I can't wait for Chicago to catch up to LA and be just as progressive, because it's hard when you're traveling and being in different areas that don't have as many, healthy and clean options. And LA is full of them. I absolutely loved Cafe Gratitude while I was out here, and many other places. So it's just learning to make a conscious decision every single day, and having a plan ahead of time. I know where I'm going. I know what the, either the restaurants or the food available for me is before I even go, so that way I'm not tempted to anything else.
Real quick, because I know you live in Chicago, and I'm from Chicago. I just got back from there. I was there over the weekend, and it's freezing. So most of the country is dealing with this weather. Mm-hmm. What do you do to make sure that you get out and you work out? Because it is so hard in that weather to want to do anything other than sit on the couch and watch TV.
It is very difficult, especially when it's so cold you can't get out of your house, and it makes it that much more difficult, especially when there's no sun. It's just, and a lot of people have to deal with that. And what it is, get creative, have fun in your own place, make a workout in your own home. I do commercial break workouts. If you can't get to the grocery store, buy a bunch of food, sit in the house, and prep a bunch of meals for the week, so that way you have no issue when it comes down to having to go to fast food restaurants or that. You've already taken care of that ahead of time.
When you say commercial break workout during commercial breaks, what do you do during a commercial break?
It's really fun. Most people watch like about an hour-long show, and they have three to 4 minute commercial breaks every once in a while. So if I'm with someone, we'll do a little bit of a challenge, like who can do the most push-ups in this commercial break, or I will do a little bit of a circuit of mountain climbers, squats, lunges, and then repeat that for 3 minutes, because I think anybody can work out for 3 minutes, and by the end of that hour commercial, you've worked out for almost 20 minutes then.
That's great.
I love it. I love it. We're gonna, as soon as we take our break right after this, we're gonna compete and see how many sit-ups we can do.
We wore our workout clothes. We know you can't see us, but we are ready to go.
Yeah.
We're ready.
We'll always look for a reason to dress comfortable in the morning.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, it is great. That's the one thing that's great. If you're in the fitness industry, you get to wear comfy clothes all the time.
Thank you so very much, Danni, for taking time with us this year. We thank you so very much for the inspiration.
Yes.
You've inspired us. I know you've inspired me.
Many people.
I lost some weight since we last spoke.
In the last year, Aaron looks great.
Greater, because I already look great. I already look great, so I just look greater. That's okay. That's all right.
Well,
thank you, Danni.
That is awesome.
Thank you, Danni. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Well, that was fun, Aaron.
I know. Danni is, an inspiration to a lot. She's been doing a lot of speaking engagements ever since her time on winning. So, we didn't get to ask her what she did with the money, but whatever she did or has done with it is
her inspiration is kind of more important than anything else. Now, I will say this, in the interview, what I thought was so interesting and so cool is that she said a lot of times that she would kind of put herself down before somebody else would. Right. So even in her own mind, she thought that other people were thinking things. And I think
that's
we do that.
That's a good point, because we do that.
Yeah, no matter what size you are or what you look like, I think oftentimes we think that somebody else is judging us based on what's happened in the past or something that would have happened. So just putting in another challenge out there,
I'm
let
judging
that go.
You.
What are you judging me? What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking you're awesome.
Oh, well, I like that judgment.
That's right. Judge people.
I love that
they're
judgment.
Awesome. Okay, all right.
We think you're awesome.
We're going to do some sit-ups during the next break, but you listen to our advertisers right here, right now. We'll be right back right here on Live with Aaron and Kelly. I guess that's an exercise.